In this video, we're going to talk about two ways your application can pull messages from an SQS queue: short polling and long polling. This is an important topic because it directly affects how efficiently your system talks to the queue, and it can also impact your costs if it's not set up the right way. So let's break it down nice and simple. But just a reminder, if you haven't yet watched our previous video where we covered the basics of SQS and how queues work in general, I definitely recommend checking that out first. It'll give you a solid foundation and make what we're about to cover here much easier to follow. Alright, let's uncover short polling. With short polling, every time your application checks the SQS queue, it gets an immediate response back. Think of it like quickly knocking on a door and someone opening it instantly, whether or not they actually have anything for you. If there's a message waiting in the queue, you'll get it right away. But if the queue is empty, you still get a response. Only this time it's an empty one. At first glance, that might sound okay and convenient because you never have to wait. Your application always gets an answer right away. But here's where the problem starts. If your system is checking the queue very frequently and there aren't many messages, you'll end up receiving a lot of empty responses. And the important part to understand is that every one of those empty responses still counts as a request. In other words, even though you didn't get any actual data, you're still billed for that act of polling. Imagine constantly refreshing a web page over and over again, even when nothing new has been posted. You're spending effort, and in the case of SQS, money, without getting anything useful back. This is the main downside of short polling. It can quickly become inefficient and costly if your queue doesn't always have messages waiting at the exact moment your application checks it. That's why it's often not the preferred method in most real-world scenarios. Now with long polling, things work a little differently. Instead of giving you an answer right away, the queue actually waits for a short period before replying. Here's what it means in practice. If there isn't a message available at the exact moment your application checks, SQS will hold that connection open for a little while to see if something new comes in. If a message arrives during that wait window, perfect. The queue immediately delivers it to your application without any delay. And if no message shows up before the time runs out, then, and only then, does the queue return an empty response. The big advantage here is efficiency. Instead of constantly knocking on the door and getting a bunch of empty responses, like the short polling, your application only gets answers when something is truly available or when the wait period ends. This drastically cuts down on wasted requests. And fewer wasted requests mean you're not paying as many useless calls. You're saving money while also reducing unnecessary traffic between your app and SQS. That's why long polling is usually the smarter option in most real-world scenarios. It balances responsiveness with cost savings. So, what should you take away for your own projects? If your application is lightweight, has very low traffic, or you're only testing and don't mind a bit of extra cost, short polling can still work fine. But for most production workloads where efficiency and cost really matter, long polling is the option you want to go with. It reduces unnecessary requests, lower costs, and ensure your system runs more smoothly. The best practice is to enable long polling by default, unless you have a very specific reason not to. To give you a rough idea, switching from short polling every second to long polling can cut requests by more than 20 times, turning what might cost a few dollars per month into a few cents or even nothing at all if you're still within the free tier. Okay, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.